Welcome to Data Pandit. So today we are going to talk about the importance of OLTP and OLAP, right? These are the two concepts actually. What are the different purpose and there are different contexts of usage actually basically. So we will see the difference actually of both the systems actually OLAP and OLTP. So what is the purpose of behind the OLAP system and OLTP system? So basically OLAP stands for online analytical processing. To analyze the data actually large volumes of data. So there will be historical data stored you know in one of the data warehousing that is called data warehouse basically. So large volumes of data is going to stored historical data is stored and what one point in time, let's say maybe on daily basis or maybe on monthly basis or yearly basis, we try to analyze those data and try to so those analytical inference will be used to support the decision making for the future, right? So this is the best purpose behind the data warehousing system or OLAP system. And then another part is like OLTP, online transaction processing. So these are the real time transactions actually. So once as soon as the transaction happens from the front end or the help desk, the data is getting stored into the transaction database system, right? So we don't maintain the history basically. Okay, in this so and okay, we just store the transactions basically. And end of the day, maybe OLTP is getting used to create the OLAP system basically. Maybe the end of the day or maybe the end of the month, right? So this is how OLTP and OLAP systems are purpose. The purpose is and how they can they are related actually. So what are the data sources? So OLAP uses historical and aggregate data for multiple sources, right? So let's say in the banking system or any insurance system, right? Insurance application. So the data is coming in from the different, you know, different upstream actually. And data warehouse OLAP system need to store the data in symmetric way, like all the source system is getting stored in one particular data warehouse, and then on top of that, we can try to analyze the data. We can maintain the star schema based or snowflake schema based data warehouse, and then try to analyze or aggregate the data. you know And OLTP is the real-time data actually. As soon as the transaction happen, or mostly it is coming in from the one source actually. So let's say we are maintaining the OLTP database for the transaction happened in uh, one particular, let's say, point of sale machine, right? So all the data is getting stored into the one system, right? And then there is a data structure. What is the data structure behind it? So we maintain the relational database in the data warehousing also, or also the multi-dimensional cubes, right? There will be multiple dimensions. There will be snowflake databases, right? There will be multiple dimensions, and cubes are getting used, right, to maintain the OLAP system. And in OLTP, there will be a relational database management system only. So in the data model, if you talk about, so I talked about a star schema, wherein the fact is surrounded by multiple dimensions. They are and also snowflakes if the dimension is further divided into another dimension, right? So then that is called a snowflake, right? Or other analytical model also can be used actually. And in OLTP system, the data tables are normalized actually. So we don't store the repetitive data, or we just store what is required, right? And volume of data, if you talk about, so OLAP system is very huge, if you think about terabytes or petabytes of data is getting stored, large volumes of data, because we maintain the history and all, right? So therefore the data is going to be very huge. And OLTP, they are kind of gigabytes of data, comparatively very low actually. And if you talk about response time, because the data is historical and used, so there the response time for the OLAP system is going to be huge, but response time for the OLTP system is going to be millisecond, because the data the volume is low, and also the small databases basically. So what are the examples? OLAP is a, for analyzing the trend, predicting the customer behavior, and identifying the profitability. So I was talking about the decision making, right? The decision why decision making comes into picture is like, there is a sales data, historical 2 year sales data, or maybe 1 year sales data. So we try to see the what why any particular product is trending in particular geography location. So that same can be implemented in another geographical location, right? So therefore, it is very, very important to maintain the OLAP for a particular organization to support the decision making, or the identifying the profitability of a particular product, right? So OLAP was good for processing system like customer data management system or order processing. So this is very simple actually. So this is how we differentiate between the two systems actually, OLTP and OLTP. OLTP and OLAP. Thank you so much. Please subscribe my channel, and we are going to see some other concept, and also we are just going to hook up on the real time, those queries based interview questions. Thank you so much.